he tried to. I think they tried to do some stuff without Nick McCabe when he left. After he left, and the Verve tried to go on. Richard Ashcroft goes, "Fuck it, this doesn't feel like the band. I'm going to ring him up. Maybe things will be okay." Sometimes you just need a bit of a break.
Yeah.
Rang him up. They released the seminal album, Urban Hymns. It's absolutely incredible. It's fantastic. It's the best work they will ever do.
Yeah.
The song I picked is Weeping Willow after that. It's my favourite song of it. That's 97. Broke up again. Almost instantly.
1997 and a half.
And a half. And a bit. and a gig. 1997 and a gig.
Yeah.
Broke up again. They tried again in 2007. So that's 10 years. And again, it was Nick McCabe and the other guy, Jones, that were having a proper fight and thing. So now as it stands now, they did release an album in 2007 again. I think it's called Fort. I think it's actually their fourth album, but it's called Fort.
Fucking want to be, wouldn't they?
I haven't really given that album any time because, you know, when a band is in the paper more about that shit than they are about things, I just kind of tap out.
About being weird looking.
I also
Richard
admit
Ashcroft was mad looking.
he's mad weird looking.
Yeah.
There's another lawsuit for you. Them, the Rolling Stones.
Yeah. They got that back.
They got it back because it was timed, wasn't it?
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
They couldn't earn anything off it for a certain period. I think it was
been
20 years on the button maybe. And then all of a sudden...
Yeah.
And I think that they might have planned it well for the re-release of the album.
Fuck yeah.
Clever.
Of course you do.
Because the album is still... for some reason, Urban Hymns is 40 quid. Really? That's a double LP, but so are loads of them. It's an expensive album. It's a fantastic album. It really is. It genuinely is. I don't really consider the Verve Britpop or indie, even though they are in there deep. They're one of the top members of it. But to me, see, they started off as a kind of psychedelic-y, kind of fucking trippy kind of band before Northern Soul, which is a much more like...
They definitely did have a soul influence. I know we're calling the albums Northern Soul, but it was definitely a soul influence there. The way the songs were written and put together, there wasn't any big like jangly stompers, was there?
There's a song called This Time off it as well, and Time, I think, is it This Time.
Yeah.
Did I say that? And there's another one as well.
It's years since I listened to this album.
Just two huge songs off it that are different. They're more rock. More like along the lines of the kind of a harder Charlatans and stuff like that. Charlatans are another weird fucking band from that era as well. Yeah. They start so well, but then not for me.
Not for me.
After that, not for me. When people are fucking around with psychedelic stuff with organs and stuff, I'm mad into it. And I know that their organ player dies, so I'm not going to fucking give them loads of shit for not being very organy after that. Back to the Verve. They haven't spoken in 2 years now. McCabe and Ashcroft. And I think that is the nail in the head. Because Richard Ashcroft has always done well. Like we said again, the common thread is the lead singer is going to do always fine. He gets on Chemical Brothers songs and it's a really good song.
They're the face of it, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. They're the voice as well. You can put... There's some people that don't care what's happening behind that voice and the lyrics. That's fair enough. Especially if you're talking about like Talking Heads like we did. Do you care?
A lot of bands... Like,
did you go back and listen to Take That when Robbie Williams left? Or did you just go straight to Robbie Williams?
Yeah.
Speaking of Oasis and Robbie Williams, do you remember they were mates for a minute?
Yeah.
And all of a sudden...
More that, wasn't there?
The only problem was no one ever asked Oasis about it. They were hanging out together at all the festivals. They were bestos, like best mates, doing all the coke.
Oh, yeah.
But the problem is someone just one time went, "What's the crack with you hanging out with Robbie Williams?" And they went, "The fat dancer from Take That. He's not my mate."
Oh, sickened. I was trapped on a bus in the Czech Republic for 10 hours once, and the only album I had on my portable CD player was the Robbie Williams debut album.
Oh.
I fucked up. Oh. And I forgot to take my little wallet of CDs, and the only one in the CD player was the Robbie Williams album.
Well, I used to listen to a bit of Robbie Williams. This is going to sound so weird. We're talking about someone in the last episode who mentioned Slint. It was kind of weird because you had your man from World Party writing for him, and I liked World Party. Yeah. So I heard loads of World Party influences in his stuff. Not Angels, because apparently that was written by some Irish lad.
Yeah. Met in a fucking coke then in Dublin.
Yeah. But there was a time where Robbie Williams was touching enough on indie and being a bit of a cunt that made me go, I'll have a listen. And I didn't really... No, it didn't really go very far.
I have time just because of my fucking Stockholm syndrome with that.
That album, yeah.
I don't mind the album at all. And
I agree.
I could probably...
And even Singing When You're Winning is not even the stupidest album cover of all time.
I could probably do that whole album now. It's just burned into my brain. I could probably...
Is Millennium on that?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's not a bad song.
Millennium? Yeah, I think so, yeah. Yeah, I reckon I could do the whole album start to finish. If you just got me started on it. Yeah, the Verve were one of those bands that always played second fiddle to like Oasis.
Yeah.
At that time,
Even though they were out before, it influenced Oasis
Yeah.
massively.
Yeah.
Same with Charlatans. But the Oasis were great because I think they massively, because when a band like Oasis comes out, the first thing that people that don't have them on their record label do is find the closest, the influencers, pull
Get me a
them
clone,
back.
yeah. Get me a
So
clone.
Charlatans came back massively.
Yeah, big time.
Ian Brown had a
All
huge
those
hit.
bands, yeah. Every indie band in England got leverage out of Oasis.
Yeah, especially when Oasis were literally naming songs after
Yeah.
Josh Croft and name checking Charlatans in every interview, name checking Stone Roses. Ian Brown's solo stuff is fucking unreal. I don't care what anyone says.
That Illegal Tax song is one of my favourite songs ever.
Yeah.
The Sinead O'Connor song.
We should do some sort of podcast here on that. If you never liked the Verve, Bittersweet Symphony was overplayed and ruined.
To death.
It was too much.
Death.
And I know that Drugs Don't Work for some people is a poxy song.
Right.
But songs like Sonnet,
Sonnet's a great song.
it's fantastic.
Sonnet's
It's absolutely
super,
fantastic. Catching a Butterfly and the song I picked, Weeping Willow, is my favourite off that and their whole career. The Verve are not getting back together. I'd put percentage on that.
Yeah, give me the odds.
I'm actually going to put 40 because if 3 times means it could be a fourth.
Yeah, and they're also alive.
Yeah. You never know what happens with people with money. Rent in Hyde Park or wherever they live is fucking big.
Yep.
And Brexit happening, oh shit. People might need to be making actually.
All this talk
wouldn't
of
it
fucking Brexit.
won't it cost them more to play outside?
I don't know. Well, nobody knows. That's the beauty of it.
I gave up on Brexit after the first 10 years of reading about it. People are talking about like the things that are happening in the Parliament now, and I can't keep up.
If it even happens.
I'm
Let's see.
like, give me the end product story.
Give me the Reader's Digest version of Brexit, yeah. And they can't
Because it keeps changing.
going on.
So we've moved from Verve onto Brexit. That is our list of bands that are broken up. Some of them definitely are never going to get back together.
I have one more.
Oh, you do have one more.
The
Apologies.
last one, and I'm going to blitz through it because we're running low on time. I picked The Clash. Also the one that has the most amount of writing. I'm going to fly through this. I was going to do Sepultura.
With a
till I
feeling
realised
the
they're
Clash
still going.
of a fleet. They are still going?
No, Sepultura. I picked Sepultura first.
Yeah. I saw them last year. They're definitely still going.
And I scribbled it out then. I was like, hang on, they're not fucking broken up. I forgot all about that. I picked The Clash.
Well, to be fair, you've picked an easy one because that's not going to happen.
That's absolutely 0% chance of that ever happening again. I picked Drug Stabbing Time off Give 'Em Enough Rope just because it's underplayed. I'm not going to pick a big, stupid, obvious song.
Yeah.
I like The Clash.
I do like them as well.
I have a lot of time for Clash. I have no time for their reggae endeavours.
No.
Even though their whole kind of bag was mixing
It was.
punk
yeah.
rock
and
with
it's-
reggae
was
and
huge.
rockabilly
Yeah.
and
We're
whatever.
basically really picking and choosing when we're taking reggae out of the Clash.
yeah, pretty much.
be honest with you.
So the Clash formed around 1976 and they broke up in 1986, I think. And they spawned a bunch of bands, Big Audio Dynamite and Joe Strummer and the Mescaleros, and everybody went on, done their own fucking bullshit. So apparently during the recording of Combat Rock, they started to disintegrate. And Topper Hedden, who was playing drums at the time, he was a junkie. He fucked off. Terry Chimes came in. Terry Chimes lasted fuck all time before he was like, these cunts are killing each other. He walked back out. Jones and Strummer had a big fucking row. Jones apparently was fired from the band in like 1983. So it turns into this whole big clusterfuck where I think Strummer kept trying to get the band to kind of do stuff again, but they were all busy. And they weren't really feeling it. But apparently, a couple of months before Strummer died, him and Mick Jones were sitting down and they were writing songs. And they were writing songs for another Clash album. A couple of months beforehand. Now, apparently it was under the guise of it being a new Joe Strummer and the Mescaleros album. He wanted Jones to jump on board. But I think Jones came out then afterwards said, like, because of the style of song they were writing, they thought, fuck it, let's just bang an album together. Let's just put the posse together and fuck it together. But yeah, apparently like 6 months before he died, they were putting it together. But John's busy with Big Body of Dynamite. He's done pretty well.
Yeah, it did, didn't it?
In the end. But the Clash are easily one of the most influential bands of all time.
They could be in rock. They could be top 5.
Yeah.
We're talking Black Sabbath,
Yeah.
Clash, fucking...
They just kickstarted so much.
It's ridiculous.
So much. And when they were on form, they were fucking outrageous.
I love so many of their songs.
Outrageous. I don't want to go too deep into it because, like I said, we're low on time. We're very low on time. But I had to pick them. I want to pick something that's not a super obvious song. There's no point in doing, should I stay or should I go?
He's mad dead. He's not getting back together. That's a mad one.
Yeah. So that's a 0% chance in it getting back together again.
If I had known I could pick people where the lead singer was dead.
Yeah.
My list would be considerably different.
No, well, they broke up before he died, obviously.
No, okay, fair enough.
They were gone for years before he died. But, I had to throw the Clash in there. That's one of the big ones. And like the Oasis one is the big kind of current, it lives in everybody's memory. But Clash was such a big fucking deal for so many people. Not only were they an influential band, they were influential politically. They were like the Rage Against the Machine of their day. They were very, very outspoken, very political.
How good is that Magnificent Seven song?
Forget it. How good are nearly all their songs? Bar a handful
of the reggae.
You know?
Even their reggae with his voice on the reggae, I don't really mind it that much.
Yeah, it was more dub than reggae, I suppose, as well. But anyway, I had to do that. Right, let's kill that. Let's knock down the head. That was bands that broke up.
Chances of getting back together? Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, we will be back together next week to record more podcasts.
Yeah.
Before we go, I'm going to say we have a Patreon page. As we said to you last week, it costs money to do this shit. So you can throw us a $5. That's the only tier. We're not doing multiple tiers. You know, there's no hand job tier. It's just £5. It's $5.
We'll look into the hand job tier, but
well, yeah, you got enough. We'll look after you.
Or
we'll find someone to look after you for $5.50. One of us will give you a hand shandy.
Yeah.
It's there. Patreon.com/Lost Art Podcast, all in one word. Links are on the Facebook, all that bullshit. Throw us a $5. Throw us $5. It's the cost of a crap point. And it goes a long way to our hosting and our advertisements.
We appreciate it. We really actually do.
It's actually will make a difference. It's not making a difference right now because it's just fucking nothing in there.
Stressful.
Actually, absolutely stressing. But we have some absolutely incredible ideas. For stuff that we want to throw into the subscriber, our Patreon page. So just cool shit, some little videos and stuff like that. But what we're going to do is once we hit a certain level with Patreon, then we'll start throwing content in there. There's no point in throwing it in there for the handful of people that are donating.
Yeah, we do appreciate them doing it.
Absolutely. You are the spearhead of this, and we appreciate you. Stick with us, and we'll start banging some nonsense up there to keep you entertained. But until next week, thank you very much. Good night.